Good day. I've got 3 items for you. Breakfast at Fishies to get you ready for your Wednesday at Cowboys camp. One is about the quarterbacks, one is about the contracts, and one is about the crowd. C and C. You see how I did that? I'm Mike Fisher. Out on a brisk walk. As brisk as I can manage it. Try not to get hit by any cars. Yeah, there. Thank you. Don't hit me. Good. Beautiful. And turn down your music. Let's go with the crowds first. I've been hit with some of this. You've surely seen some of this when you're looking at videos that those of us who are on the sideline are taking of this throw or this catch or this interception or this block. Oftentimes on social media, somebody or a lot of somebody's goes down into the comments and says, "Where are all the people? Look at the stands. Way to go, Jerry." And then media members, depending to some degree on how homeristic they are, want to get in an argument about it. Listen, I haven't taken the time to do it, but we can go back, I suppose, and either ask about attendance figures on the 4th practice day of 2023 or the 4th practice day of 2019, or if we choose to do that and compare and want to go do that legwork to establish that, I don't know, pick a number. There used to be 4,000 people a day, and now there's only 3,000 people. If you want to do that homework to try to prove something, you can. If, on the other hand, you're a media homer and you want to try to pretend that it's packed when it's not, it certainly wasn't yesterday, and that was full pads day. And it wasn't packed. Or we can just be honest with all the truths that are in the middle. Okay, here's the truths that are in the middle. Even though it was pad day, it was also a Tuesday. To a great degree, I know we have this idea that Oxnard is a beach town. It's not completely true. It's not a resort town. This is a blue-collar beach town. How about that? It's a blue-collar town. It is. And people here work. If you've also noticed, as I have over the years, the makeup of the Cowboy fans who make this trek. And obviously, they come from all walks of life and all sorts of backgrounds and all the rest. But my experience after 35 years of covering the Cowboys is that families make this their family vacation. They don't go to Cabo, and they don't go to Rome, and they don't go to Paris. They come here, and they save up their dollars in order to do that. That means that the crowds on a Saturday, those two factors combined means that maybe the crowds on a Sunday or a Saturday are bigger than the crowds on a Tuesday. And you know what? By gosh, they are. The crowd on Saturday, or the crowd over the weekend, was packed. It's gigantic. It was a non-issue. So having said all that, if you are of the opinion, and it's a verifiable opinion, it's a justifiable opinion, that there might be some level of apathy or anger on the part of Cowboy fans because they don't like the way this season's gone, or they are haunted by the Green Bay game, or they don't like Dak Prescott telling them, get over it, be a fan or don't be a fan. We lost to Green Bay, get over it. And therefore, they're not showing up to a Tuesday practice in Oxnard. If that's what you think it is, then you're certainly within your right to think that. I'm going to testify again, and I'm no homer here. I'm just going to tell you my experience. My experience every day, that while people on social media express their anger and try to do so cleverly, that when I walk into by the way, this goes for here in Oxnard, it goes for Frisco, it goes for everywhere in the world. the reaction, if I'm wearing a Cowboy t-shirt, or the reaction if somebody goes, "Hey, Fish," the reaction is overwhelmingly, "What do you think the Cowboys are going to do this year?" All the time, every time, and time after time after time. And my very casual measure of that factor is there's no difference between this year and any other given year. Now, there's a difference between this year and 1993. There's a difference when a team just won a Super Bowl, but by and large, as I've told you before, the number of people that subscribe to what I do, the number of people that read the website, we're going to have 2 million people read the website, cowboyscountry.com. That's the same as always. 2 million people this month. That's the same as always. It's not up, it's not down, it's not apathetic, it's not angry. It remains interested. That's the fact from where I stand. Item number 2, regarding quarterback play, and Trey Lance has not been outstanding, and that's a matter of fact. And Cooper Rush has been only a little bit better than him, and that's not good enough. And I would say fairly, regarding Dak Prescott, I would say that the Mike Zimmer defense is ahead of the offense. How about that? Again, we're not ripping anybody, but that's my observation. And, again, this is not an uncommon thing where you get this in baseball and spring training. Well, the offense is ahead of the defense. It's not uncommon. So it's okay. It's not going to be, doesn't mark the end of or the death of anything. Dak Prescott's going to be your quarterback. We just don't know about what his contractual situation is going to be. And now we don't know who the backup quarterback is going to be. We know less about who the backup quarterback is going to be than we ever have. And then item 3, the CeeDee Lamb contract. I've used the word close. I guess I don't mean, maybe we need to be more specific. Maybe I need to be more clear semantically. Close doesn't mean in a minute. It doesn't have to mean in a minute. Close can mean we got about 5 things that we got to hammer out here, and we got 4 of them hammered out. That can be close. I can tell you for a fact the Cowboys are closer on getting CeeDee Lamb done than they are on getting Dak Prescott done, and I remain convinced that the CeeDee Lamb thing in the end is not going to be a long-lasting, lingering problem. That the solutions are actually pretty clear. And if you're looking for more leaves to drop, because just when you thought, well, there are no more leaves, that's pretty much it, right? DJ Moore just signed for $110 million. Now, nothing against DJ Moore. He had a good year last year. He put up numbers last year, including 8 touchdowns. Not 12, like CeeDee Lamb did, 8. That's the biggest Chicago Bears contract I think there's ever been. And DJ Moore now gets a deal, 110. Guess what? It's 4 years. Like I keep telling you, CeeDee Lamb's is most likely to be, because that's kind of the going thing now. So it's 4 years, 110 million. I can't remember what the guarantee is. It might be 80 million guaranteed. Does that sound right? We're approaching 80 million. So what's 110 divided by 4? What's that? 27 and a half, whatever. So now DJ Moore is now making $28 million a year. Another leaf that drops that indicates very strongly where the CeeDee Lamb thing needs to go. I think 4 years sounds about right. I don't think the sides are very far apart when it comes to the APY. I say 32, you say 35. Let's meet in the middle. And if DJ Moore just got $80 million in guaranteed money, then maybe another leaf has just dropped to establish where that one's going to be as well. The Dak Prescott thing is more complicated for a lot of reasons. Up until recently, the Dak Prescott thing is complicated because the Cowboys and the Joneses were straddling the fence. I think they were unsure about just how sure they should be about him. But now we've got the exchange of contract offers with CeeDee Lamb, back and forth. And in the case of Dak Prescott, the Cowboys have issued to CeeDee Lamb and his agent an offer as of last Thursday. And as of last night, Dak Prescott hadn't responded. So when Stephen Jones says it's now on them, the ball's in their court. We're talking now in a literal sense. The ball is in their court, meaning the contract is sitting on their table, and we're waiting for them to do something. Those are your three items to get you ready for the day. If something happens, as was the case yesterday, you had the activation off pup on Trayvon Diggs, and within like 10 seconds of the activation happening, we're here with you live in Oxnard telling you all about it. So if something happens, we're on it. And if something happens, we also write about it at cowboyscountry.com. Thank you for being a part of what we do here. 71,000 fish heads in Cowboy Nation and growing. Fish in Oxnard at Cowboys Camp. Out.